I hope you're having a good week and we're ready to read you another book. This book has some high points and low points like valleys and hilltops, but it's a good book and I hope you'll enjoy it. Joey's going to put his glasses on. He's got his Joe Cool glasses on today. So, well, he doesn't even want to cooperate. But mostly, we hope that he'll participate in reading the book. This book was actually suggested by one of the ducks, and they suggested a couple of them. We'll start with this one. So the book is by Laura Rankin, and the art is the same. Laura Rankin was both the writer and the illustrator, and some beautiful art in here, as well as a nice story. So here's our first page. One summer day, someone new waddled into Baron's life. Her name was Fluffy. And Baron had to share his food with her and his water, and at night she even followed him to his favorite sleeping place. It's like you and Boo had to share your food, your favorite sleeping place. Baron looks a little surprised that he has a bedmate. But they became friends, and every day the two of them played together. Baron was good at tag, and Fluffy was great at hide and seek. Both of them were terrific at squirrel chasing and fly snapping. Probably Baron was better at squirrel chasing. As the summer passed, Fluffy grew bigger and bigger, and by autumn she was fully grown, and she and Baron stayed close and warm together all winter long. But then spring arrived, and 3 wild ducks landed in a pond, and Fluffy watched and waited back and forth and towards the newcomers and then back to Baron again. Fluffy had never seen anybody like this before. But finally she couldn't resist joining the other ducks, and suddenly Baron had no one to play with him because Fluffy was playing with the wild ducks. This is the sad part, the valley. When it was time for dinner, Fluffy still hadn't returned, and Baron had to eat alone. And for the next 3 nights, Fluffy didn't curl up with him and Baron in his favorite sleeping spot. And then the wild ducks flew away. So there they go. The wild ducks and a bee flying away, and Fluffy's there. What's she gonna do? It's the moment of decision. Well, Baron tried to play with her, but Fluffy was too busy making a nest, and she laid 9 eggs in it and then gently settled in herself on top, and she waited for them to hatch. And Baron's trying to decide, what in the world is going on now? This Fluffy is acting very different. What do you think is going to happen? 4 weeks later, there were ducklings, And when Fluffy wanted Baron to be the first to meet them, Baron's tail wagged, and it wagged and wagged and wagged, and Fluffy wagged too. So there's Baron and the brand new ducklings from the eggs that were in the nest. At last it was time to play, and oh, what fun they had together. Look at how many people are playing in the pond now. So things are even better because we have ducklings, and we have Fluffy, and we have Baron, all playing together. Not like you and Boo. That evening, Baron led the way to dinner. Never had they shared a happier meal. Hey, buddy. Joey's not so keen on books about dogs. And after such a busy day, everyone was eager to snuggle in together and fall asleep. And Baron felt cozy and warm in his favorite sleeping place with 9 brand new friends, and best of all, his old friend Fluffy. Now, this is the story. This is the author and the real story. When she was a little girl, the book is a description of. So I'll read you the story within the story. Fluffy and Baron are based upon many happy memories of my childhood pets who really were best friends. Baron was a long-haired German Shepherd and Fluffy a Peking duck. Pekings are a breed of domestic duck related to a mallard. In the story, the mallard ducks are wild ducks who visit the pond. Mallards can be found throughout the world and throughout the wild. Very adaptable. Some even raise their own young in the human habitats like city ponds, lakes, and reservoirs. Mallards are migratory birds in late September and October, and fall migration begins. Ducks fly from one northern breeding ground to spend the winter in warmer wetlands in coastal areas where food supplies are more plentiful. Many birds fly almost without a break. Others, such as Fluffy's visitors in the story, stop to rest and eat during the long journey. And then in February or March, the spring migration begins and the mallards head north, once again returning to their breeding ground. Joey says that's enough about ducks, and so we'll stop right there, and we'll wish you a happy Earth Day and look forward to seeing you next week. So long.